Hey guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. I wanted to do a quick video, a conversation with you here, guys. Just more so on a post that I saw online. It's more of a, I guess you could say like a meme, if you will. And really just want to share my thoughts on it. And as always, I am looking at my little notebook here. It says, when you operate in your gift, you don't have to be at the head of the table. For wherever you sit or stand, the table and the room shifts with you. There's a message behind this. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. When you operate in your gift, I think that statement alone holds quite a bit of weight. When one can truly operate in their gift as far as who they truly are as an individual, being authentically you with no regrets. When one can operate in that mode and not give a damn about what the next man or woman has to say, and to do so in a way where it's not offensive to the other parties, that says something. As a matter of fact, some people may love it, some may not know how to handle it. It's just how the cookie crumbles. But at the end of the day, that's no concern of yours. I can think back to the times when I've worked in various spaces where I've encountered this. And mind you, I might not be even looking for that attention, but somehow it naturally comes to you. And a lot of times it's because of how one carries themselves. It has a lot to do with one's intellect. It has a lot to do with one's wisdom when it comes to book smarts, or even, in some cases, simple street smarts as well. Thinking back to those times, I remember I've gained quite a bit of good people to work alongside with. Wouldn't say we're the best of friends or anything like that, or buddy, but more so acquaintances. But we learn to take a liking to one another. Then of course, alongside that, you get your foes, those who are not too fond of you because they are simply jealous of you. Maybe they're jealous of the attention that you acquire from the upper parties, such as management, executive management, things like that. They may be jealous because you're starting to become popular amongst those who are working in the same level as you and them. And also, it may be just because, depending on the type of work that you're doing, you may be in some way or another outshining them naturally. It may appear to be something that's a bit of a struggle for them, but to you, it's a piece of cake because it's something that is natural to who you are. It's a part of your genetic makeup. Like, some individuals may have a sense of comfort when it comes to having the gift of gab. Some may have a sense of comfort when it comes to how to maneuver in an environment where there's a lot of people, or when it comes to getting a certain individual or group of individuals to see the bigger picture about something. It varies, right? And that's no fault of your own. That's just something, a part of who you are as an individual. And again, as far as those who may like or dislike it, that's no concern of yours. In other words, keep doing you. And I would hope that others will start to have that same thought process. Don't be ashamed of who you are when it comes to your work ethic, when it comes to how you handle things in your day-to-day, just because of how others may feel about it. Because as I mentioned in a lot of my videos, when you came into this plane in this lifetime, did you know any of those individuals at all? You did not. So with that being the case, why should you care, right? And think of it this way. Whenever they're going through their day-to-day, whenever they're addressing any concerns, whether it may be not so great concerns, or maybe something else they need to do task-wise, think about it this way. Do you think they're giving a care about what your thoughts may be in regards to any of it? I think we both know the answer. They do not. So approach life in general when it comes to how one views themselves, how they carry themselves. Just always know when you operate with that energy of knowing more about self and how strong you are as an individual in this plane, just know you're going to get some reactions, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, but don't let that affect you as far as who you are as an individual. Continue to push forward and do so in a way where you're like shooting for the stars, you know. Think of it this way. Think about the ultimate goal that you're looking to accomplish within that moment, that environment, and let that be your target. All the other noise on the outside is irrelevant. And of course, do so with love. Don't be so harsh about it. But at the same time, don't pull back either. There's a way you can go about doing it where your stance is known. And in a lot of ways, people will respect you at the end of the day when they see that as well. When they see that you are not a pushover, but at the same time, you have a love and respect for those who are in that same environment as yourself. All they can do is just that, respect it, and keep it moving. So just do yourself a favor with that. And I guess as that old saying goes, keep doing you. I love when I hear that. Other than that, I wanted to leave that quick little message with you guys. It just kind of took me down memory lane when I saw this meme. I was like, I had to say something about it because I just thought back to the times when I worked in various roles in terms of the corporate space where I've encountered this. You know, a lot of times I tend to, I guess you could say, like to be the underdog, right? Because a lot of people would think the underdog, no one's gonna go with that individual. And then you come in blowing people's mind in terms of what you can do, what you can put down in terms of the role itself, right? And they're like, oh, this isn't the underdog we thought we were dealing with. No, it's not. It's kind of like one of those things when God likes to keep his certain individuals concealed and then decides to release them in a way, you know, as far as what they're capable of. That's the shocker. That's the it factor right there. And it's always a funny thing. It's a laughable thing to notice when you see how people react when they really see what you can do when it comes to the task at hand in your role. So yeah, it just kind of took me down memory lane. I want to talk about it. I want to hear some stories from you guys too. And you guys have been on a roll with as far as sending me emails and messages. Definitely keep that going. I would like to know your thoughts. You know, think of a time when you maybe worked in a certain role, or maybe you were in a certain class, or you were looking at a certain task you had to take on. Maybe it was volunteer-wise, as an example, where maybe in your case, you know, felt like you were the underdog in some way, or maybe you've got the sense that there's some who came in with this mindset that they were that it factor, not realizing at the end of the day that you were going to be in fact that it factor. Think of a time where you've encountered that, and when people came to realize who you truly were in terms of that environment, and what did you acquire from it? The good, the bad, the not so great, whatever the case may be. It'd be interesting to hear your stories. So keep those stories coming in. I would like to know what your thoughts are. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And again, I like to welcome the newcomers. I see you guys are just trickling in. I do want to point out that I want to acknowledge that and welcome you aboard to the family. Consultations are still open. Actually, I have, tomorrow's Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday. So I do have a few spots available in the morning. Friday is completely booked. Not surprised. Fridays are always booked, as well as Saturday. But yeah, check the calendar, see what spots are available. If there's a spot that interests you, just definitely do post it in the calendar. If you have any issues with selecting the date and time in the calendar, just reach out to me through email or instant messaging on any of the platforms. I do get your messages, and we can just schedule from there. But other than that, I'm definitely sending you guys off with love and light, and I'll see you in the next video.